Hello everyone, I'm here to share more about the importance of fibers in criminal investigation. As the crime rate is increasing very rapidly, the investigation methods also gets modified. There are many evidences which can be found on the crime scene that includes the fibers, blood, saliva, semen, hair, fibers, etc., which are very useful in investigating the crime. So from that, the fibers are also one of the most important evidences that can play a very crucial role in investigating the crime. So let's see the more about the fibers. So, what are fibers? Fibers are thread-like structures from fabric and other materials which are easily identifiable under a microscope. The fiber examination can determine the fibers whether are natural or man-made. Its source can be determined by comparing it with the fiber from the known source. Fiber examination is extremely useful in crime scene investigation as these are the trace evidences which can be easily identified. But they are very mobile and lightweighted, thus can be become airborne and this makes the timely collection of the fibers from the crime scene very crucial as next day there can be a loss of evidence due to the cross contamination. So basically there are two types of fibers depending upon their source, that is natural fibers and synthetic or man-made fibers. Natural fibers are made up of natural materials come from the animals, plants or minerals. These are the very good absorbent, eco-friendly, that is does not harm the environment, durable, that is long lasting. Natural fibers are also classified as animal based or plant based. The animal examples of animal based natural fibers include silk and wool. That is a silk is made up of silkworm and wool is made up from sheep. While plant based in natural fibers include the cotton, linen and jute. Synthetic fibers made up of synthetic materials usually formed through the chemical reactions. Synthetic fibers are more cheaper than the natural fibers. They are the stain resistant and waterproof. The textile industry more preferred the production of the synthetic fibers as compared to the natural fibers due to the cheaper rates of the synthetic fibers and they can be easily mass produced as compared to the natural fibers. The examples of the synthetic fibers include the nylon, polyester, rayon. So these are the some natural fibers and synthetic fibers, that is cotton, jute and silk. These are the natural fibers. Polyester, nylon are the synthetic fibers. So significance of fibers as a trace evidence. So whenever got the fiber as evidence on the crime scene, what will be the significance of fibers? Let's see. The fibers are a form of trace evidence which are small and easily transferable. These are very useful in crime scene investigation as they can be identified under a microscope easily. So there are some reasons for considering them as a crucial evidence as of forensically important. They are very easily transferred from the clothing of the suspect to the to the victim. They are capable of multiple transfer, that is from the carpet bed to the suspect's clothing. These transfers can be direct or indirect. That is indirect transfers, the fiber is transferred directly from a fabric onto the victim's body, while in indirect transfer, that it means the transfer of the fibers on clothing of suspect are transferred to the victim's body. The fibers vary according to their end use. They exist in huge varieties. Next one is the collection of fiber evidence. So on the crime scene, how the fiber evidence will be collected properly, uh, we'll see. A carpet fiber or a person's shoe can indicate the individual's presence at the crime scene. But since the fibers are very mobile and lightweight, they become airborne and get brushed off easily or falling from the clothing. This mobility actually makes timely crucial to prevent loss of material or cross contamination. So there are some collection methods of fibers that includes the visual collection, tape lifting, and vacuuming method. So in a visual collection, the fibers can be seen with the naked eyes, and they can be collected by using the clean forceps or the trace paper from the surface. Second one is the tape lifting. Here the water or methanol soluble tapes are used to collect the fiber evidence from the surface. Third one is the vacuuming method. So here vacuuming is used to collect the fiber evidence. The area where the suspected samples are located are vacuumed and then caught in a filter trap attached to the vacuum. But this is the least used method due to its advantages. That is the here there is a chance of cross contamination, so it is least used. Next one is fiber analysis. So fiber analysis is actually a method of identifying and examining fibers found from the crime scene, used by the forensic investigators to procure crucial evidence during an investigation. If a fiber exhibits the same microscopic and optical properties as a known fabric, the fiber could have possibly originated from the same fabric. Some of the common methods for the fiber analysis include the scanning electron microscopy, atomic force microscopy, dye analysis, etc. Out of this, the dye analysis is done only when required. So, out of three, the dye analysis is used only when it is required, as it is a destructive method, and thus one has to leave the possibility for further color examination. These are some characteristics of fibers. Depending on these characteristics, the individual can identify or analyze the fibers more correctly. So fiber diameter vary in size from 10 to 50 micrometers. The softer materials will have the smaller fibers, while the most durable materials will have the largest fibers. Fiber cross section. Second one is the fiber cross section. It is the cross section of the fiber that varies according to the type of fiber. The natural fibers have their origin from the plants, animals, so their edges look rough. So this feature is used to distinguish between the natural or man-made fibers. Third one is the fiber number. It determines the actual physical contact with the suspect. The greater the number of fibers, it is more likely to have the contact actually occurred between the individuals. Then is the fiber color, as various dyes are used in fabric. Thus, how color is applied and absorbed along the length of the fiber are important comparison characteristics. It influences the value of particular fiber identification. Next one is the fiber location. Location of fibers is also important in identifying the fibers, as uh, it on different areas of the body or specific items in the crime scene, and it influences the significance of fiber association. Next one is examination of fibers based upon the uh, about discussed characteristics. There are some common methods of fiber analysis. Fiber analysis does not actually follow a particular set of procedure, that is particular step by step procedure is not followed. the examination of fibers is occurred as the need, the, that is according to the need of the according to the need the examination is followed. The most common use of fiber analysis is the microscopy examination of both the longitudinal and the cross-sectional sample. Other methods include burning and solubility methods, which are very less used. Fiber analysis is not done in university lab because of the lack of solvents. So first method is scanning electron microscope. This is a method of photography which requires the instrument called scanning electron microscope. So basically it's the method of photography in which the scanning electron microscope is used to form the image. So in this method the instead of light, the electrons are used to form an image, and it has many advantages that as it allows a large amount of sample to be focused at one time. So it is used to save the time, and it at one time a large amount of sample can be identified. Second one is atomic force microscopy. Here the atomic force microscope is used to identify the fiber. It is an instrument to analyze and characterize samples at the microscopic level. So here the very micro size sample can be analyzed and identified. This instrument will allow an analyst to look at the surface characteristics with very accurate resolution ranging from the 100 micrometers to even less than 1 micrometer. So the resolution is very high. Next one is chemical or dye analysis. The chemical analysis will involve the extraction of the dye from the fiber sample and then characterizing and identifying its structure. It is actually difficult to extract the dye from the fiber sample. These samples are typically small, and it is also made sure by the textile dyes that the dye stays in the fiber. This method of dye analysis is a destructive method which leaves the fiber useless for further color examination. But still, since some fibers have similar colors, that chemical analysis become a necessity. So these are the three basic methods of analysis of the fiber evidences, and these are basically used for by the investigators to identify the fiber evidences. So thank you.